We're Paul and Tan, and welcome to another episode as we document our adventures around Oz in our Troopy. As we head back to WA, we have a few more places to see on our list that we missed on the way to South Australia. This is Penong, and this is the Penong Windmill Museum, boasting apparently Australia's biggest windmill. So I'm just going to walk around and have a look at it. It's pretty cool. They're all different shapes and sizes. I'm guessing this big boy over here is the biggest one in Australia. It's not working though. Maybe it's just too old, but it's pretty cool. So we've managed to rock into Fowlers Bay Caravan Park, which is actually pretty handy because there's hardly anyone here, and we've scored a washing line to dry all our soggy wet clothes off this morning that we just threw into a bag. We're gonna cook up some tea tonight. First of all, we want to get everything out the back of the car and dry the tent off because we got up at stupid o'clock this morning to go swimming in the Antarctic waters. So we're just going to give the car a bit of a sort out, and then we might go and have a bit of a walk.
What?
And then we'll have a bit of a walk just to explore the town. Not that there's much here, but you can have a bit of a look. This is the back fence of the caravan park. Look like some historic kind of homes. But we're right on the beach, so we'll go for a bit of a stroll in a minute once we've sorted out. Hey, hun.
Jetty.
Fowlers Bay Jetty. Fowlers Bay Main Street. Oh, we can get through the caravan park that way.
No.
So it looks like there's a bit of history here.
So this is a whale watching platform.
Ah, right.
Oh, it's not the right time of year.
No. The guy from the Sea Lion tour this morning said that they own the whale watching business here.
Yeah.
And he said that a few years ago they only had very, very few whales that were in here. This is like a breeding ground. But this year they had about 37. So it's... No, that was sea lions. Yeah. So this is one of the more popular whale watching places. They even have more whales here than they do in the Bight now. But we've just missed it because I think October is kind of the end of the season. Paul's having a look to see if we can spot any.
Oh, it's huge, mate. Oh, look at them all. They are going off.
Nice beach though. So this is the ingredients for our kind of chuck together taco bowls. I've got about 300 grams of beef mince, some chopped up carrot, some corn, chickpeas and some black beans with some taco mix thrown in there. I'm just going to let that simmer for a little while, and then I'm going to throw in some rice, and serve it up with some cucumber and some sour cream and some cheese and some nacho sauce in a bowl, and I'll show you what it looks like when it is done. So I've added the rice and now I'm just going to serve it up with all the bits and pieces, and voila, delish. So we just finished dinner and I've just gone over to the camp kitchen, and it's really quite a cool little camp kitchen here, nice and clean, and I'm just putting all the stuff away, and I was just going to show you guys what goes in our top drawer, which is the cutlery drawer. So it's fairly well stocked. We've got all of our cutlery underneath there, as you can see, and a couple of different size plates which we put on top there. At the back we've got our foils, glad wraps and all the larger kitchen utensils, which probably we don't use half of them, but we take them anyway, in there. And we've got our collapsible bowls. They're the Cedar Summit ones. And then at the front we've got important wine glasses, espresso glasses, and over this side, these are really cool little rubber mats, so that we put them down on the bench top when we're having something hot, so just as a bit of a protector there. And up this side we've got all the other bits and pieces, so a extension lead, it's got some coins in it, and a fruit bag, and just anything else. And then we pop the tea towel on top to stop it from rattling. And then on top of that, I'll just get Paul to hold that for me. I will show you how the lid goes on. So this is actually an extendable table, well, a table that pulls out that we can actually use as a computer top or to eat off. And then that, voila, sunsets through the window. It's pretty cool. It's actually really warm this afternoon, considering we were basically swimming in Antarctic waters this morning. And this afternoon it was about 22 degrees when we pulled into here, so the weather's a little bit warmer over heading west, I'm hoping. But lovely sunset tonight. Paul's walking to Nullarbor. He spat the dummy with Google Maps and he just told me to pick him up in the morning, so see you later. All right, we're just taking a bit of a stroll around the town. Well, it's not really a town. No, this is actually really cool. So we were hoping to see the sun go down, but now the clouds have come out, so I'm just going to try and get a picture over here. I reckon that would be really cool. Anyway, that's possibly where we're heading tomorrow. It's a bit of a shortcut back onto the air highway without backtracking.
The mozzies are out.
Oh, they are too. Mozzies. Ah, all of a sudden. No. It's pretty nice though. It's funny how you probably wouldn't stop at these places unless you have to stop for the night because they're too far off the road. And there's nothing else here, but it's actually a really cool little place. So there are 3 campsites around this area. Obviously this one, which is, I think it's just Fowlers Bay campground. And then there's one called Scott's Beach. And another one called, what's it called? Hat. Mexican Hat Campground, that's right. And that's where we were originally going to stay. But it was a bit far out. I think it's about 10 k's or so. And we weren't sure what time we were arriving, and we weren't sure if we had to air down and stuff, so we didn't bother. But the caravan park is pretty adequate for us, isn't it? Yeah. It's got a great camp kitchen, so yeah. Sunset at Fowlers Bay. visitor centre. We're going to walk down to, so we can see the lady in the shop said that there was a sighting quite a long way out of the whale, so it's probably swam away because we were coming. It's decided to go the other way. It's actually raining, which is a bummer. Yeah. So we'll have a look over the cliffs and see what we can find. But there's some spectacular sand dunes over on the left. Oh, I can see something out in the water. No, I'm not joking. I just saw something behind this hut.
That rock.
No. No, somewhere out there was something that was that. Oh, it's definitely out there. We weren't going to stop here, but we're so glad that we did. The head of the Bight Visitor Centre was absolutely worth the visit. The timber boardwalks are awesome as they meander down towards the cliff edge with some amazing views out to the Great Australian Bight. Good old Wiki Camp's coming up with the goods again. We're at the Satono Weevil Cliff, which is, I'm not sure, it looks like it's been eaten away by weevils maybe?
Weevils?
Right on that side.
I want to be fucking hungry.
Alive, it's deep. Phew. Wow.
Jesus.
There is greenery at the bottom of it. Just don't go too close to the edge. Wowee. This is Clay Dam Cave. Another little gem off Wiki Camps. So we've come down a track off the air highway which goes to a homestead and basically went too far, but Wiki Camps is pretty good, so it sent us back in the other direction and we finally found it down a fairly decent track. Looks like a massive cave that's just collapsed in on itself, which is a little bit different because normally it's kind of limestoney, but this looks like total clay. So really interesting. It's pretty deep. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try. WA. Okay, quarantine check done and dusted. That took all of about a minute and a half, which is amazing. We are officially in WA, but we've also gained 2.5 hours. So, happy days. 2.5 hours of extra driving we can get in today. So that's really cool, but we may stop earlier anyway because we've been on the road pretty early. So just check the local signs to make sure that we know what speeds we're allowed to go. Yeah, we're good, and we must remember to wear a seatbelt. That's okay, we can do that. All right. $2.60 a litre, oh my god. And we need to fill up. We need to fill up a whole tank and a bit.
Bit of the other one.
Currently heading towards Madura. We think we're going to stop here tonight if we can find a decent place to camp. It's 2 o'clock, but it's been a long day driving, so we're going to see how we go with finding somewhere, and we'll let you know when we end up. So we found this little spot, top of the hill or something.
Madura Pass.
Madura Pass, top of the pass or something. It's on Wiki Camps anyway. There's one other caravan here at the moment, but it's got a view over the whole plain downstairs. But you can hear a couple of trucks going by, but it's not really noisy, and we're kind of away from all the hustle bustle, so we'll set up here. And tomorrow we reckon we've got about maybe 600 or 700 k's tomorrow, and the same again, probably 600 k's the next day, and then we'll be home. We're hoping to take the Norseman to Hayden Road home instead of going back round through Coolgardie. And there's a couple of campgrounds on that road. We spoke to a couple who said that it was open and was really good. So we're going to give that road a go to get home, which should cut about an hour off our trip all round. So Paul's just setting up the tent. And we might actually see if we can find some wood and make a bit of a campfire tonight. We'll maybe see. I don't know what the wood's like, but we'll have a look. And we have gathered. Probably last us an hour, but
That's all we need.
that's all we need. Yep, the breeze is coming straight through this way, so it may not last that long, but yeah, get some chairs out, get set up and
Have a beer.
have a beer. Sounds good. That'll do. It's been making the fire pit better because it's a bit windy. How's that for a cracker of a fire pit? And we've been hunting and gathering, so we should be good to go. Hopefully it'll keep the flies away. It's not going to take long to get through this wood, but it's nice and warm.
A few decent bits over there.
Yeah, sun's gone down. Chilled vibes. Wind's dropped. Dinner's cooking. All is good.
Wi-Fi.
And there's actually some internet reception, so chilled night. Oh, and also moon's out too. I think it's going to be cold, but a bit tough. How's the sky? We'll wrap up this episode here, but we look forward to sharing the very last part of our journey home next week when we find another ripper little free camp. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'd really appreciate it if you could give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to follow along on our Troopy adventures. Cheers!